my experiences with black women growing up wasn't so good. When I started dating white girls, my first experience with white girls is when I went to college. I tried to date some black girls when I was in college. They did not like me. I was skinny. I
Right.
was strong.
Right.
I was teased from high school, even to college. I got teased for being dark skinned.
Damn,
So there was,
they tease you, cuz?
yeah. So there was a lot of self-esteem issues
Right,
that I
right,
had.
right.
No, I'm being dead honest.
That's all.
So when I got my opportunity, when my first experience with a white girl, I'm like, okay, it wasn't bad, but that wasn't. I just totally gravitated to white girls after that.
Right.
That wasn't the situation. So again, my experiences with black women growing up wasn't so good. So, but that still didn't deter me from still dating or
Right.
pursuing black girls.
Right.
So my thing now is because I know there's the stigma, the stereotypical athletes, to go off and make money, this and that, and date the opposite color,
Mm-hmm.
opposite race. But for me now, where I am, it's not even about color. It's not even about race.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's about somebody that I have some chemistry with,
Mm.
good energy, and I get a good vibe with.
Right.
That's where I am. Like I said, we all want somebody that's attractive.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Aesthetics going to play a big part in it. Anybody that says, "Oh, well, I don't care what the person looks like," that's a lie. That's a lie. We all want somebody that we can roll over and wake up to. That's, you know what I mean, that looks pleasing to the eye. Everybody's experiences have been different. For me, when I grew up, I tried. I was in my high school pretty much is 50. I don't know what percentage black white, but I lived in a black neighborhood. So at the end of the day, I attempted to date black girls. When I was younger, I wasn't as handsome as I am now. I didn't have
Oh,
this beautiful smile as I had as I have
yeah.
now. As I have now.
You
And
hit puberty. You hit puberty.
right, I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
And when I bloomed, boy, did I bloom.
Yeah, we need to talk about this because the fact is, like, me and my husband, when we first started dating, we actually openly talked about this, and I was very observant growing up in school and everything like that, and I did notice that a lot of dark skinned black women would tease the dark skinned black boys, and even though it was mostly jokingly, but it affects their self esteem. It
That shit not
hurts.
funny.
It's not funny. No, it's not. You're right. Because what I would you see in my high school is that these girls would tease the black boys, but it didn't seem like it hurt them inside. Externally, but internally, I know it did because of the simple fact that they would gravitate as what was him? The young man said he would gravitate to the opposite, culture and color and
Oh,
everything
you
like
mean
that.
T.O.? Yeah.
TO. So I noticed that, and when me and my husband first started dating, we actually talked about this and how it it seems to be a thing where darker skinned guys do tend to fall for lighter skinned women.
It's facts.
It's only because I guess the fact that it's a stigmatism on black men in high school starting when they're younger. They would be teased about being ugly, called
Yeah.
ugly. Oh, you're not good.
Because
You're dirty, or this is third.
And it also has to do with the time period that we're talking about. You see, people who were born after 2000, they don't know nothing about this.
They don't
shit.
have to deal with this.
They don't.
It's different.
Shit changed after a while. But prior to like 2008, being dark skinned wasn't cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Now it is.
It's acceptable.
It's not just acceptable. Now it's highly fetishized.
Yeah.
Before it was not even. It was not acceptable. Like, keep it 100. All my dark skinned motherfuckers know when you was in grade school or whatever, son, niggas was trying to make fun of you, trying to say this, trying to say that.
You're ugly. You're dirty. You're this. You're that.
Now let me tell you something. I fight, so there's limits to what people were saying to me, but it was there.
You're not good looking.
And
Whatever.
there's no way that anybody who's been alive for more than 25 years is gonna look me in my face and tell me that shit's not true. That's fucking cap. And then you want to look out now and you see that a lot of times you see a dark skinned guy with either a lighter skinned woman or a white woman. How did that happen? Because it seems like the white women or the lighter skinned women don't necessarily at this point give a fuck whether motherfuckers is light skinned or not. In fact, they no longer chasing after light skinned niggas. They chasing after dark skinned niggas. But that's a modern thing. It's modern.
We do have to talk about the situation because there's more than one reason as to why this has occurred. There are two reasons why this has occurred. Now, our community has a tendency to joke around. We take things to light in jokes with certain things.
Cap.
No, we do.
We do, but none of this is funny.
No, it's not,
And,
because
and they're not joking. When they were saying,
yes,
no,
yes.
they're not.
No,
Cap.
no, I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you.
That's
Yes.
what I'm saying. They're not joking. They want to pretend like they're joking so they
Right.
don't get slapped in the mouth, but they're not fucking joking.
These
Like, they're
women-
talking that
right.
shit seriously.
These women are talking that shit seriously because they're saying that they're basically repelled because you're not good enough for them. You're not good looking. You're not this. You're not that. But
Except for that's not true, because when
you haven't grown
forward,
into
exactly.
your looks.
But then
You're
history,
in high school.
but history fast forwards 10 years and the dark skinned guys are cleaning up out here when you're in your mid fucking 20s. But yet when you was 11, the dark skinned girls want to be like they only want light skinned niggas. Oh well, but see,
And
but
that's what I used to see.
Right.
Like, a lot of dark skinned girls would chase after the light skinned guys or a different race. So it is a stigmatism in our own culture. So
Right.
we have to talk about
but
that.
to keep it a stack, T.O. can do whatever he wants to do.
Absolutely.
Ocho Cinco can do whatever he wants to do.
It's
And
not like there's hate against his people.
No, but that's why they're having this fucking conversation.
Yeah.
It's because the nigga want to date white girls, he want to date light skinned
And he's
bitches.
getting
All right,
backlash
he's
for
getting
it.
backlash for that. Oh, you don't like the black community, you only date white girls.
Well,
athletes.
they were repelled by me.
Exactly.
The simple fact. So why would I date them? Because they
in the-
didn't even like me. So
That's
therefore,
the first
I had the
instance.
mentality of not actually dating them because they don't want me.
Right, that's the first instance, is that you motherfuckers aren't gonna pretend like when we was in grade school, because T.O.'s older than I am. The shit ended I would say probably by like 2010, 2011, that shit started rolling the other way.
Yeah.
But before that, dark skinned niggas was not clean, unless you was Tyrese, niggas wasn't moving like that.
Yeah.
Stop fucking playing with me. So, he remembers how, T.O. grew up in the 80s, he remembers how it was. So now, he gets to get money. You think all of a sudden he's gonna now start dating the people who didn't want to fuck with him? No, that's not the fucking case. And number two, which is probably more important, it doesn't matter who bullied him or who didn't bully him. He can date whoever he wants to do. Mind your fucking business, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? If he want to date a white bitch, he gonna date a white bitch. You want to date a dark skin girl, he gonna date a dark skin. A light skin, he gonna date a light skin. Them shits don't have nothing to do with nothing other than what he feel like he want to do for the day. Right. Because you can find good looking people in all type of different colors and shades.
Right.
Go look up these fucking models. Some of these models be black as fucking night and still be looking good. Like, it doesn't matter, bro.
It's what he gravitates to, and sometimes it could be a situational thing where it was something that traumatized him or caused him to gravitate towards that, but that's okay, and there's no hate. But
Right.
at the same time, there are people who gravitate towards a certain culture, a certain race, just because, and something about it that ignites
because hold
them.
on,
Like, it doesn't matter.
Because see, when someone wants to date, like, when you express your preference, it is important how you express your preference.
Yeah.
If you express it as, I don't like this group of people, then you're fucked up and something's wrong with you. Because then you're low-key racist. Because why are you saying that I don't like you, singling out one group as if they have negative characteristics, and that's the reason why you don't like them? That's racism, low-key, high-key.
Because individually, people are different.
Right.
Different. So therefore, you can't group a group of people to say they're all like this,
right.
because you haven't dated them all.
But right.
So you
but
can't
if you
sit here and say that they're all like this and have a negative characteristic when you haven't dated all these people. So not all of them have those characteristics. So you can't pinpoint on that culture.
But now if you say you want to date certain, but if you're positively affirming that you want to date a certain culture, that doesn't necessarily have to be negative. It could be fetishized, which is fucking weird. Like, stop fetishizing people. But at the same time, if you simply have an affinity with a certain type of culture, then that's the culture you have an affinity with. Like, for example, we can use it in a different context. Eminem has an affinity with black culture and the black community. That's what he was raised in. That's where he came from. Mm-hmm. So hanging around black people is just normal to him, and that's just what it is.
And I'm not gonna lie, because he grew up in a lower poverty community, majority of people are black, Spanish, are lower poverty, so therefore he was able to gravitate towards them because he understands them, because he's been through that. He understands.
And so the same thing can be for someone who wants to date the race of someone else. That doesn't necessarily mean, like, if you are a white girl that likes to date black people, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're fetishizing them or that it's something wrong with that or that you hate your own race or any weird shit like that. It could simply be that I like this culture. I like the way that these people be acting, and I want to act. I want to join in with this and be part of that. And if you want to join in, what's the problem with joining in and being part of something that already exists?
Not gonna lie, Black people are very open and inviting to everybody, even the people who have done wrong to them.
Right.
We have a tendency to actually still be open arms to people in general. Like,
Right.
we're okay with people as long as you don't disrespect us. That's our thing. For our culture, Black people, it's all about respect. Do not disrespect us. Come with respect. That's all it is.
So I don't want to hear any fucking slander from about Tio or about fucking Ocho Cinco. They can date whoever they want. Mind your fucking goddamn business.
Yeah.
They're free to make whatever preferences they want to make, and there's nothing wrong with that. And at the same time, the fact that they or at least T.O. had a negative experience with Black women in the past, not liking him, not treating him good because he was a dark-skinned person, don't now turn around and say that he has to date them. This
Right.
nigga gotta do
Right.
nothing. He done gotta do nothing but stay Black and die. Fuck is you talking about? Get out of here.
Because in all honesty, during high school years, that's when you're trying to find your identity. So women who are disrespecting dark-skinned Black men and sitting here saying, oh, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you're not helping creating their identity, creating confidence for them. So therefore, you're making it worse. So of course they're going to be turned off by you.
And it is what it is. Oh well, don't tell me nothing. Get the fuck out of here.